Hi, everyone, and welcome to East Brunswick High School for coverage of tonight's basketball game between the 6-0 East Brunswick Bears and the 2-3 Perth Amboy Panthers. East Brunswick could be the best it's been so far under Bo Henning, who's now in his 8th season as coach. The team has played well and shooting well from the outside and also has done well inside. We'll keep an eye tonight on senior Matt Van Leeuwen, who is just 12 points away from scoring his 1,000th of his career. Perth Amboy, meanwhile, is off to a 2-3 start this season, has not done well shooting, and has turned the ball over far too much for head coach John Mazurek, who's now in his 21st season. So it's Perth Amboy here against East Brunswick. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off in just a moment. It's a GMC Red Division matchup. Here's the starting lineup for Perth Amboy. Point guard will be Carlos Minaya, the 5'11 junior. Franklin Rosario in the backcourt with him, also a 5'11 junior. Donnie Jenkins, a 6'3 senior, also in the backcourt. Down low, William Campbell, a 6'2 junior. And number 34 is Angel Rosario, a 5'11 junior. For East Brunswick, in the backcourt will be Matt Van Leeuwen, the 6'1 senior guard, and Rich Whalen, the 5'11 senior. The forwards, Jim Kolakowski, a 6'1 senior, wearing number 32. Number 41 is Tom Martin. He's a 6'2 senior, also at forward. And the center is John Rotter, a 6'2 senior. Jumping it up for Perth Amboy will be William Campbell. And for East Brunswick, it'll be John Rotter. And the tip is won by Perth Amboy. Panthers control. In the away red jerseys. Shot is missed, ball loose on the floor. Amboy regains. Here's Jenkins firing a pass down low, knocked out of bounds. Perth Amboy gets the ball back. Donnie Jenkins trying to inbound. He'll do it again. Perth Amboy's been plagued by turnovers this year. They've been throwing the ball around the gym and have not been shooting well. One of the reasons they're 2-3 early on this season. One of the things we'll have to keep an eye on tonight is how much Mother Nature has impacted the preparation of these teams. About 2 feet of snow over the past 8 days has kept the teams out of the gym for the most part. See if the players are able to keep their stamina. No score, just underway, first quarter here at East Brunswick High School. Franklin Rosario. Feed for Carlos Minaya. Minaya picked up by Rich Whalen. Here's a spin move inside by Campbell. Gets free and scores the bucket. Campbell opens the scoring for Perth Amboy. Panthers lead at 2-0. Quickly the other way for East Brunswick. Ball loose inside. Stolen by Minaya of Perth Amboy. And he'll reset. Left wing for Jenkins. Pull-up jumper is good. Donnie Jenkins with 2. Perth Amboy, 4-0. And the scrappy defense causing problems early on for East Brunswick. A host of players hit the deck scrambling for that ball. Good hustle on both sides. And the possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick. Tom Martin, number 41, will inbound for the Bears. Feeds in for Rich Whalen. East Brunswick a chance to set an offense for the first time. This is Kolakowski. His pass in and out of the hands of Matt Van Leeuwen. Keeping an eye on Van Leeuwen tonight, just 12 points away for 1,000 in his career. One of East Brunswick's goals this season is to go undefeated at home. Trouble so far with Perth Amboy trailing 4-0, 6:40 to go in the first. Franklin Rosario controls for Perth Amboy. This is Carlos Minaya. On the left wing for Jenkins, back to Rosario. Flips it outside, Perth Amboy controls. This is Campbell. Turnaround jumper. It's no good. East Brunswick gets it. Knocked out of bounds, last touch by Perth Amboy. Perth Amboy only 2 regulars returning from last year's club, so the team's still coming together. Off to a 2-3 start this season. Here's Whalen penetrating, left-handed layup, won't fall. Back the other way is Perth Amboy. Jenkins on the pull-up. He's 2 for 2 from the floor. He's got 4 points, and it's 6-0 Perth Amboy. Spinning and twisting in the lane. Nice move by Rotter. And he gets it to fall. Blue-collar effort inside by John Rotter. He puts East Brunswick on the board. It's 6-2 Perth Amboy. Moderate full court pressure now. Perth Amboy beats it. Franklin Rosario with the reverse layup. And it's back up to a 6-point lead for the visiting Panthers. It's a feed inside to Rotter again. Going to work on Campbell. Off the glass. Won't fall. Campbell yanks it down. And a whistle underneath. Knocked out of bounds, out of Campbell's hands by East Brunswick. And Perth Amboy will inbound. This is Jenkins for Perth Amboy. Spins away from Van Leeuwen. Up off the glass and in. Bo Henning wants a timeout. 5:02 to go, first quarter. Perth Amboy 10, East Brunswick 2. Let's hear what Bo Henning has to say.
You can never come into a game not focused defensively. You just can't. Okay? We just can't. We have to play with a lot more fire defensively than what we're doing. Keep him out of the middle of the court, okay, in this end of the court. You want me to change that matchup?
No.
You sure?
Awesome.
Keep them out of the middle of the court. Don't let them start their offense so easy, okay? 4 guys work their butt off in our defense and 1 doesn't. It shows right away, okay? Now, offensively, if you show the least bit of patience when you don't have the break, you'll get something good. But you got to play this end, fellas, this end.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Well, Bo Henning stressing the need for a full 5-man effort on defense. That's one of the things the team prides itself on. Last year held opponents to just 50 points a game. And one of their goals this year is to better that, and they've done it so far. Opposition has managed just 45 points a game against this East Brunswick defense. But Perth Amboy out to a fast start with 10 points in a little over 3 minutes gone by. Here's Whalen bouncing it down low for Rotter. Turning on Campbell. Jumper won't fall. Now a whistle and a foul will go against John Rotter as he tried to steal it from Campbell. East Brunswick still kind of feeling itself here in the early going. First personal on Rotter, also the team's first foul. And into the game now for John Rotter is number 50, Dave Vangaroo, the 6'4" junior center. Amboy will inbound. Here's Jenkins. Jenkins against Van Leeuwen. Van Leeuwen causing him problems in the game now. For Perth Amboy, Angel Rosario. Actually been in the game, but getting his first touch on the ball. Here's Campbell underneath. Won't fall. Perth Amboy getting the better of the scrappy play so far. Carlos Manaya will reset for Perth Amboy with 4:10 to go in the first quarter. 10-2. East Brunswick trailing here at home. Here's Manaya looking for help. Trades places with Campbell. 3-point try. Won't fall. Martin yanks down the rebound for East Brunswick. Bears the other way, trailing by 8. In the corner for Kolakowski. Shot. It's good. Kolakowski from 18. He's got his first 2 points. And it's 10-4 Perth Amboy. 3:35 to go in the first. Now a near steal by Vangaroo. He tied up Manaya as Manaya penetrated down the lane. And the possession arrow on the tie-up belongs to Perth Amboy. Jenkins to inbound against Van Leeuwen. Bounce feed inside. And it won't fall for Angel Rosario. And now a reach-in foul on Rosario as he tried to make the steal on the baseline. Been a pretty clean game so far. Each team with 1 foul. For Angel Rosario's first personal. Whalen in the backcourt for East Brunswick, working on Carlos Manaya. Races into the front court now as a free lane in the paint. Dishes for Vangaroo. Ball got loose. Van Leeuwen. 3-pointer is blocked, but a whistle and a foul against Carlos Manaya. And that'll be his first personal and the team's second. Matt Van Leeuwen to the free throw line. He'll be shooting 3. Van Leeuwen 12 points away from 1,000 in his career. First one is nothing but net. First points of the night for Van Leeuwen. 82% free throw shooter on the season. In the game now for East Brunswick is Mike Tresca, 5'10 junior. Along with Ben Kartzman, 5'11 senior. They replace Rich Whalen and Tom Martin. Second free throw is also good by Van Leeuwen. He's now got 2. And freebie number 3 is also good. What a great stroke he has. 3 points on the night for Matt Van Leeuwen. 9 away from 1,000. East Brunswick has closed the gap to 10-7. Jenkins feed inside for Franklin Rosario. And Ben Kartzman called for a hold along the baseline. Kartzman, it'll be his first personal. Team foul number 2 against East Brunswick. And Amboy will inbound along the baseline under its own bucket. Here's Campbell for Minaya. Picked up by Kartzman. East Brunswick, that tough man-to-man. Feed inside for Campbell, stripped away. Van Leeuwen breaks out of the pack. East Brunswick with numbers, but Amboy back quickly on defense. Here's Kolakowski, a three-pointer. Won't fall. Rebound, Vangerud back up. Gets it to go. That's a 1-point game. Dave Vangerud off the bench gets his first 2. 2:40 to go first quarter. East Brunswick gets closed to 10-9. Here's Minaya. Angel Rosario off the glass. Angel Rosario, his first 2 points. It's a 3-point lead, 12-9, Perth Amboy. Kolakowski the other way. Sharp shooting Van Leeuwen. What a great feed down low for Kolakowski, who converts. Kolakowski with 4, and East Brunswick starting to turn it up a notch. This was a 10-2 ball game. East Brunswick on a 9-2 run. Perth Amboy still leads it though, 12-11. William Campbell, great leaper. Goes cross court for Minaya. Pull-up jumper. Won't go. Van Leeuwen the rebound. East Brunswick the other way on a 3-on-1. Van Leeuwen. Bounce pass down low for Vangerud. Misses the chippy. Gets his own rebound, but lost it out of bounds. Last touch, though, by Perth Amboy. And East Brunswick will get it back. In the game now for East Brunswick is Brad Caruso, 6'4 junior. He replaces Kolakowski. And Rich Whalen returns for the Bears. He'll give Matt Van Leeuwen a rest. 1:49 to go first quarter. Perth Amboy 12, East Brunswick 11. Getting set to check in for Perth Amboy is Dan Romero. On a 3-point miss. Amboy the other way. Franklin Rosario shot up, no good. Angel Rosario, his brother, with the shot, draws the foul. Rich Whalen picks up the personal for East Brunswick. His first East Brunswick team foul, number 3. Angel Rosario at the free throw line for Perth Amboy. Averaging 7.2 points a game. Has 2 so far this evening. His club leads by 1. First free throws on the night for Perth Amboy. His second is good. So Rosario with a 1-for-2 appearance now has 3 points. And against full court pressure, East Brunswick the other way. Here's Kartzman. Tied up near the midcourt line and a blocking foul against Perth Amboy. Carlos Minaya will pick up his second personal. And he can ill afford to get in foul trouble. He's the point guard. Leads the club with 7 assists a game, but the problem for Minaya has been turnovers. He averages 6 a game and only 3.6 steals. Well, he takes a seat with 2 personals. And in for him is Franklin Rosario. Now a steal by Perth Amboy, and the Panthers break out the other way. Franklin Rosario for Jenkins, working on Kartzman. Pull-up jumper won't go. Vangerud tracks it down. There's a 3-on-3 for the Bears. Pull-up jumper is good by Tresca. Tresca with a 2, ties it at 13. Tresca, really not much of a scorer, but averages 4.7 rebounds a game. Back the other way, Jenkins for Perth Amboy draws the foul and gets the basket. Kartzman picks up the personal for East Brunswick. That's his second. Score the basket for Jenkins. That's 6 points for him. Matt Van Leeuwen returns to the lineup, number 23 there for East Brunswick. And Kartzman comes to the bench. Jenkins is Perth Amboy's leading scorer at 16.8 points a game. He completes the three-point play. And Amboy now shows full court pressure. They double team Whalen in the backcourt. And the feed ahead for Caruso. Breaks out, has a free lane, takes it right down the middle and lays it in. Perth Amboy fell asleep on defense and Caruso made him pay. He's got 2. And East Brunswick, again trailing by just 1, 16-15. They have yet to lead in this game. Our near steal. Franklin Rosario tracks it down and Jenkins resets the offense. 25 seconds to go, first quarter. Perth Amboy 16-15 over East Brunswick. Here's the steal now by Tresca. Tresca on Angel Rosario lays it up and in. Nice body position, and East Brunswick with its first lead of the game. 17-16. Tresca now off the bench with 4. 10 seconds to go, first quarter. And a traveling violation against Franklin Rosario. A little overzealous when he saw a free lane to the hoop, and it cost his club. The turnover gives East Brunswick a chance to go up by maybe 3 at the close of the first quarter. 7 seconds to go when Brad Caruso inbounds for East Brunswick. Gets it in for Whalen. 5 seconds. Quickly down the floor is Caruso. Caruso, pull-up jumper, fadeaway. Good, he hits it. But that's just good coaching right there by East Brunswick. Knew the play they wanted to run. Caruso to Whalen, back to Caruso, and he hits the bucket to wrap up the first quarter. East Brunswick leads it 19-16. Caruso off the bench with 4. Tresca off the bench with 4. Let's hear what East Brunswick coach Bo Henning has to say.
Process, all right? It'll be a game-long process. You may have to get substituted for earlier today because we haven't played in a while. A lot of guys look winded kind of quick, right? You mad at him, Aaron? All right, listen to me. Listen to me. Don't be afraid to take a chance in the backcourt. Don't get cleared out, and everybody just stay up to the ball, okay? A lot of times the guy's back is to the ball, and we're not rotating. I don't know what's up with it, okay? Yeah, where's the chalkboard? We're not in walk-up. It's a 1-2-1-1 they're in, okay? So we should have our 2-man up this side, our 3-man up this side. 4 after you inbounds, go opposite the ball and stay even with the ball, okay? Inbound to 1, he looks up here. If the ball is opposite you and the middle is open, go get it. Now, look at it, get swung here, get out, and the other guy comes, okay?
Getting set to start quarter number 2. East Brunswick has taken a 19-16 lead over visiting Perth Amboy. East Brunswick leads the GMC Red Division. Perfect 6-0 record, 3-0 in the division of Perth Amboy. In 5th place in the Red Division, 2-3 mark overall, 0-1 in the division. Whalen and Tresca in the backcourt for East Brunswick, along with Van Leeuwen, Van Gerud, and Caruso. Whalen for Van Leeuwen, 3-point try, it's good. Van Leeuwen now with 6, his first field goal of the night. He's 6 points away from 1,000 for his career. Back the other way, Perth Amboy. New man of the game is Jamal Caldwell, 6-foot senior, who converts the bucket for the Panthers. Now a whistle and a foul down low against Perth Amboy. And Caldwell, new in the game, will pick up the personal. His first Perth Amboy team foul, number 4. Matt Van Leeuwen just 6 points away for 1,000 for his career. Here's Caruso from Whalen. Up top for Van Gerud. Nearly stolen. Slapped away by Perth Amboy. No backcourt violation. Perth Amboy hit it. Van Leeuwen pull up from the other side. He hits it. Matt Van Leeuwen now with 8. He's 4 away from 1,000 for his career. Good battle between Franklin Rosario and Matt Van Leeuwen. It's a steal by Whalen. There's a feed to a wide open Van Leeuwen. Not so wide open anymore though. Campbell came over and fouled him, and he'll go to the free throw line. Good pressure defense. That's what's characterized East Brunswick so far this season and the past couple of seasons. Foul on Campbell is his first personal, team foul number 5 for Perth Amboy. Donnie Jenkins and Carlos Minaya will check back into the game. Minaya with 2 personal fouls replaces Franklin Rosario. And his brother Angel Rosario will also check out of the game. Van Leeuwen at the free throw line, 82% shooter for the year. He's 3 for 3 there tonight. He's got 8 points, leads all scorers this evening, and is just 4 away from scoring 1,000 for his career. First is nothing but net. Second is also good. 10 points for Matt Van Leeuwen. He's 1 field goal away from 1,000 for his career. Minaya the other way. Spinning and twisting in the lane. Can't get it to go. Van Leeuwen steals it. Ball loose on the floor. Here's Van Leeuwen. Feet underneath to Treska. Lays it up. Won't fall, but a whistle and a foul underneath. East Brunswick really starting to pick up the pace now, leading at 26-18, and Perth Amboy coach John Mazurek wants a timeout. Foul against Perth Amboy will go against Dan Romero. Timeout on the floor with 6:52 to go in the second quarter. East Brunswick now 26, Perth Amboy 18. Check the huddle with East Brunswick coach Bo Henning.
Okay, you go to the table, right? All right, your energy level seems to be coming up a little bit. Damn it, have some fun, right? I don't like to see you with your heads down out there. Play as hard as you can. Then you should just hold your head up proudly no matter what happens, all right? Okay, now our press. Press is starting to bother them, but we got to make sure that we keep pressure on the ball so they can't just look deep, right? If a guy just stands there and looks deep, they're going to beat us, okay? So get up and force a dribble right away. Also, by forcing a dribble right away, they won't be able to clear out quite so easily against us, okay? Anybody else need a rest? Okay, let's go.
One of the things Bo Henning had mentioned during the last time out was that his team might still be finding its legs after the long layoff caused by Mother Nature. And looks like the team is starting to find those legs now. They lead by 8 after trailing by as much as 8. This was a 10-2 Perth Amboy lead at one point. It's now 26-18. At the free throw line is Treska. First hits the back iron. Only his 5th appearance at the free throw line this season. Excuse me, his 8th. He's 4 for 7. First one won't go. Second one does. Treska with 5 off the bench for East Brunswick. Puts his club up by 9 now, 27-18, and he comes out in favor of Jim Kolakowski. Full court man-to-man. Donnie Jenkins for Perth Amboy. Racing into the front court. Goes cross court on the feed for Dan Romero. Romero couldn't squeeze it. East Brunswick ball. They lead by 9. 6:43 to go, first half. Whalen signals the play for East Brunswick. Picked up by Romero. And off to Van Leeuwen. Van Leeuwen is 1 field goal away from scoring 1,000 points in his career. Here's Caruso. Picked up by Caldwell. Kolakowski now. Here's Caruso. 3-point try. In and out. Rebound. Comes down to Campbell for Perth Amboy. Panthers the other way, trailing by 9 with 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Pull-up jumper by Jenkins. Nice shake and fake move. Hits it. Jenkins with 9. Perth Amboy to within 7. Here's Van Leeuwen. And a reach-in foul against Perth Amboy will go against Carlos Minaya, his 3rd personal, and Matt Van Leeuwen goes to the free throw line just 2 points away from 1,000 for his career. So if he hits both ends of the 1-and-1, he'll be there. Substitution for Perth Amboy. Minaya and his 3 personals check out. Franklin Rosario back in. And it falls out. Rebound Kolakowski. And it's going to be Perth Amboy basketball. Jenkins in the backcourt for Caldwell. Back to Jenkins. Bounce feed down low for Rosario. Converts. Nice move by Franklin Rosario. He's got 4. East Brunswick the other way. Van Leeuwen. Bounce pass stolen by Perth Amboy. Jenkins ahead of the field for Rosario, who converts again. Franklin Rosario with 6. Perth Amboy to within 3 at 27-24. Here's Whalen off the glass, no good. And a pushing foul underneath. I believe they're going to get Van Leeuwen for it. Call Matt Van Leeuwen for a push-off, his first personal, team foul number 5 for East Brunswick, and Van Leeuwen comes to the bench. Back in the game is Mike Tresca, the 5'10 junior. Amboy the other way. A familiar scene there with Rosario beating the East Brunswick defense down the floor. A little bit too common for Bo Henning. And Rich Whalen's going to pick up the personal foul for East Brunswick. Second personal on Rich Whalen. East Brunswick leads at 27-24 with 4:50 to go, first half. And underneath is big Jamal Caldwell. Now with 4 points, his club's within 1. 27-26, East Brunswick leads it. Here's Tresca on the baseline. Feedback outside for Kolakowski. His jumper's blocked by Jenkins. Here comes Amboy. Feed ahead for Franklin Rosario. Off the glass and in. Rosario with 8. Perth Amboy back in the lead, 28-27, and East Brunswick throws it away down the other end of the floor. East Brunswick needs to settle down. Jenkins ahead of the field for Perth Amboy. Sloppy feed inside for Caldwell, but he got it anyway. Now Caruso grabs the rebound for East Brunswick. 4:15 to go, first half. Here's Whalen. Crossover dribble along the baseline. Nice move inside. Conversion by Rich Whalen. His first 2 points of the game. East Brunswick back on top, 29-28. Jenkins, no good, gets his own rebound. Into the lane, can't get it to fall. Caruso yanks it down for the Bears. And a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Donnie Jenkins will get whistled for the foul for Perth Amboy. That'll be his first personal. Perth Amboy already over the limit. And shooting the 1-and-1 will be Mike Tresca. He's 1 for 2 there tonight with 5 points. First hits the back iron, won't fall. Jenkins the rebound. Back in the game is Tom Martin for East Brunswick and Ben Kartzman. There's a feed inside intended for Campbell, stolen by East Brunswick. Nice feed, bounce pass for Rotter. Can't get the reverse layup to fall. But Campbell the rebound for Perth Amboy. Pass is too tall for Caldwell. That leaping ability is just not what you're looking for with that type of pass. And turnover for Perth Amboy. East Brunswick gets it back. They lead at 29-28 with 3:29 to go in the first half. Out of the game now is Brad Caruso. And in is Matt Van Leeuwen. Van Leeuwen, Rotter, Martin, Tresca, and Kartzman for East Brunswick. Very deep bench for head coach Bo Henning. Here's Rotter, tries a turnaround on the move. Looked like a traveling violation, but instead they're going to give Jamal Caldwell a foul. Caldwell picks up his second. Caldwell goes to the bench. And Dan Romero is back in for him. Rotter at the free throw line for East Brunswick. First trip there tonight for Rotter, he's got 2 points. 53% free throw shooter. Back iron, no good. Here comes Amboy the other way. Campbell into the front court. Pull up on Rotter. Too far. Rebound Romero. Amboy gets it back. Here's a three-point try by Jenkins, and he shuffled his feet before he set for the three. Traveling violation, turnover Perth Amboy. One of the problems that's plagued John Mazurik's club this year. Too many turnovers. With 3:03 to go in the first half. East Brunswick gets the ball back, leading 29-28. Kartzman working on Romero. Gets a pick from Van Leeuwen. Feed to Tresca. Thinks about the jumper. Goes back out for Kartzman. And the Bears reset it. Here's Van Leeuwen, picked up by Franklin Rosario. 2:40 to go, first half. Now Martin, up top for Rotter, swing it for Tresca. There's a wide open feed on the backdoor play down low. And a left-handed layup is good by Martin. His first 2 points, East Brunswick up by 3, 31-28 with 2.5 to play, first half. And a foul against Tom Martin of East Brunswick as he tried to steal it from Dan Romero. For Martin, his first personal. East Brunswick at the limit now, 17 fouls, and Dan Romero will shoot the 1-and-1 for Perth Amboy. Free throw hits the back iron for Romero. Van Leeuwen the rebound for East Brunswick. He's 1 field goal away from scoring 1,000 points in his career. Shot is up and it's good, and there it is. And a standing ovation from the crowd, and his teammates come out to congratulate him. Senior guard Matt Van Leeuwen has now scored 1,000 points in his career. It's a brief ceremony for Van Leeuwen, who would much rather get on with the game, averaging 20.7 points this year, and he has a good chance of becoming East Brunswick's all-time career scorer. Sid Schiff, who played from 1966 to 1969, scored 1,254 career points for East Brunswick, and Van Leeuwen has a good shot at that, averaging almost 21 a game this season. Van Leeuwen with 12 points. His club leads by 5. Here's Perth Amboy the other way. Angel Rosario the miss. Van Leeuwen fights for the rebound, and Romero tracks it down. And the Panthers look to reset. Pull-up jumper is good by Jenkins on Kartzman. Jenkins now with 11. He leads Perth Amboy. Kartzman the other way with the behind the back. Here's Martin. Now Van Leeuwen. Nearly has it slapped away. Kartzman with a 3. It's off the mark. Loose ball on the floor, but a whistle and a foul will go against East Brunswick. And Mike Tresca will pick up the personal, his first. Perth Amboy shooting the 1-and-1. Minute 32 to go, second quarter. East Brunswick leading Perth Amboy 33-30. And at the free throw line is Angel Rosario. He's 1 for 2 there this evening. 3 points on the night. Free throw is no good. Here comes East Brunswick the other way. Kartzman races into the front court, feeds for Dave Vangerud, who's back in for East Brunswick. Van Leeuwen fires a pass down low, and Martin spins free and converts the deuce. Martin with 4 on a great feed from Van Leeuwen. And a baseball pass the other way for Angel Rosario. Rosario blows the layup, but puts back his rebound. And Angel Rosario now with 5 points. Kartzman the other way, throws a wild layup off the glass. It won't go. Amboy on the fast break. Angel Rosario from his brother Franklin. It's good. Angel Rosario with 7, and Perth Amboy's to within 1 at 35-34, just under a minute to go here in the first half. Here's Martin finding a free lane. Nice change of hands. Martin converts for East Brunswick as the clubs trade baskets. East Brunswick up by 3, 37-34. Martin now with 6 points. Here's Jenkins beating a double team. Feed for Franklin Rosario off the glass and in. Boy, good fast break basketball by Perth Amboy. Franklin Rosario now with 10 points. Perth Amboy back to within 1. 25 seconds to go first half. East Brunswick looks like it will play for 1. Kartzman for Vangerud. And a feed to a cutting Martin. Can't get it to go, but a whistle and a foul. And I think Martin had a contact lens knocked out of his eye. I can't tell whether he picked up his mouthpiece or a contact lens. Maybe the contact lens did not get knocked out. Martin at the free throw line. His first trip there tonight. He's got 6 points. First is good. Second by Martin, also good. He's a 58% free throw shooter, but look much better than that on that trip. East Brunswick up by 3, 39-36, 10 seconds to go first half. Jenkins working on Van Leeuwen. They'll play for 1. A near steal by Van Leeuwen. Jenkins with 3 seconds. Jenkins pull up three-pointer. Good, hits it. As time expires in the first half, and that ties the ball game at 39 as the teams head into halftime. East Brunswick 39, Perth Amboy 39. We'll have the second half coming up in a moment. Welcome back to East Brunswick High School. Gordon Deal. Thanks for joining us this evening. Bringing you all the action of Perth Amboy and East Brunswick in this GMC Red Division matchup. We're tied at 39 at the intermission. Here's how the scoring went in the first half for East Brunswick. They were led by senior guard Matt Van Leeuwen, who had 12 points, the exact amount he needed coming in tonight to reach 1,000 for his career. Had a brief ceremony as was presented a special basketball with green and white on it, commemorating his 1,000 points. So Van Leeuwen with 12 led East Brunswick, followed by Tom Martin, who had 8. Then it was Mike Tresca off the bench with 5. Jim Kolakowski added 4. Brad Caruso added 4. And then Dave Vangerud, John Rotter, and Rich Whalen, each with 2 points. Perth Amboy was led by their senior guard, Donnie Jenkins, who had 16 points. Franklin Rosario added 10, most of those on fast break baskets. Angel Rosario, his brother, added 7. And then it was William Campbell with 2, Jamal Caldwell off the bench with 4. We're tied at 39, getting set for half number 2. East Brunswick coming into tonight, only allowing 45 points per game to be scored on them. But Perth Amboy already with 39 here in the first half. See what head coach Bo Henning has to say.
11. Jimmy's on 34. And yeah, and you're on the big guy, right? Cam. All right, come on, fellas, let's go. Come on.
Starting the third quarter, East Brunswick will go with Mike Tresca, Rich Whalen, Matt Van Leeuwen in the backcourt, Dave Vangerud, and Jim Kolakowski down low. For Perth Amboy, it's Carlos Manaya, Franklin Rosario, Donnie Jenkins, William Campbell, and Angel Rosario. Here's Whalen for Tresca. East Brunswick with the motion offense. Van Leeuwen in three-point range where he can hit. Hit from just about anywhere on the floor, as a matter of fact. He thinks about shooting as soon as he steps on. Traveling violation on Jim Kolakowski. First turnover of the second half for East Brunswick. Just underway third quarter. We're tied at 39 in this GMC Red Division battle. East Brunswick with a record of 6-0. Perth Amboy with a mark of 2-3. East Brunswick leads the Red Division with a 3-0 mark. Perth Amboy has only played one division game. They lost that. Donnie Jenkins the other way for Perth Amboy. Can't get it to go. And we remain tied at 39. Here's a steal by Franklin Rosario on the Rich Whalen pass. Perth Amboy on the break. Carlos Manaya with a traveling violation. Took too many steps before he put it on the floor. And Perth Amboy with consecutive turnovers to start half number 2. Here's a three-pointer by Tresca off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Campbell. Campbell coming in. And a whistle and a foul underneath. And Campbell whistled for the charge. So Rich Whalen drawing the charge for East Brunswick. And he leads the club in that department. That's the 4th charge he's taken this season. Foul on Campbell is his first team foul here in the second half. Back the other way is Kolakowski for East Brunswick. He now has 6. And a traveling violation on Perth Amboy. And the Panthers continue to turnover. Turnover problems have plagued this club all year long. East Brunswick leads by 1, 41-39. 6:35 to go here in the second half. Whalen on the wing, three-pointer for Van Leeuwen. Back iron, no good. Rebound Manaya for Perth Amboy. He's playing with 3 personal fouls. Spent a lot of the first half on the bench because of that. Here's Jenkins for Perth Amboy. Now Franklin Rosario. Picked up by Tresca. East Brunswick with a tough man-to-man. Van Leeuwen on Manaya. Looking for help. Finds Franklin Rosario. A near traveling violation again. Jenkins for Perth Amboy. Picks up the dribble. Finds a cutting Manaya. His shot is partially blocked, but a whistle and a foul on East Brunswick. And Dave Vangerud will pick up his first personal. And Carlos Manaya heads to the free throw line for Perth Amboy. Does not have a point tonight. This is his first trip to the charity stripe. 5:56 to go, third quarter. East Brunswick 41, Perth Amboy 39. Gordon Deal with you from East Brunswick High School. Manaya misses the first free throw. And he'll shoot the second. This one falls, so Manaya on the board for the first time tonight. 5'11 junior with 1 point. Here's Van Leeuwen the other way, has a trip from behind by Franklin Rosario. Whistle and a foul against Rosario. Might have gotten all ball, but that's not a call you'll normally get. Generally, as soon as an official sees a reach in, he's going to blow the whistle. So Van Leeuwen goes to the free throw line, where he is 5 of 6 tonight with 12 points. That 12th point gave him 1,000 for his career. And he's back on track. Hits the first, he now has 13 points. And make it 14. 7 of 8 from the line. Puts his club up by 3, 43-40 with 5:45 to go, third quarter. William Campbell at the free throw line. Here's Rosario, picked up by Tresca. Rosario, bounce pass to his brother who is cutting down the lane, Angel Rosario, who converts the basket. Perth Amboy coach John Mazurek looking for the foul, does not get the call. Angel Rosario now with 9 points. Perth Amboy within 1. Three-pointer by Kolakowski, no good. Vangerud the rebound, puts it back up and in. Nobody boxed out Dave Vangerud, and he made Perth Amboy pay. Vangerud with 4 off the bench. And it's East Brunswick by 3, 45-42. Perth Amboy the other way. Carlos Manaya, right wing feed inside to a cutting Angel Rosario, converts the deuce. Angel Rosario now with 11. Perth Amboy again within 1, 45-44. Dave Vangerud getting called for a shove underneath the basket away from the ball. So Vangerud picks up his second personal. Perth Amboy has scored 44 points tonight. Still 4 minutes, 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. East Brunswick coming into tonight was only allowing 45 points a game. So Perth Amboy a little better than the average club so far against this tough East Brunswick man-to-man defense. Franklin Rosario for Perth Amboy on the left wing. Now for Jenkins, picked up by Rich Whalen. Whalen won't give an inch, but the pull-up jumper is good by Jenkins, primarily because he had a size advantage. Whalen was defending it about as well as you could. And Jenkins now with 18, leads all scorers for Perth Amboy. And Panthers have regained the lead, 46-45. There's a nice soft one-handed jumper by Dave Vangerud the other way, answering for East Brunswick, and the Bears back on top, 47-46. Seesaw battle here at East Brunswick High School with 4:05 to go in the third. Here's Carlos Manaya looking for help, finds Jenkins. Jenkins is trouble for most people as a guard. He's 6'3". Now Perth Amboy throws it away. Another turnover. East Brunswick has a chance to extend its 1-point lead. Kolakowski. Slapped out of bounds by Perth Amboy. Kolakowski will do it again. Now Van Leeuwen comes back to help out in the backcourt. Perth Amboy with full court man-to-man. Van Leeuwen will run the point. 3:45 to go in the third. East Brunswick by 1. Here's Whalen. Whalen with a bounce pass down low to Vangerud. Gets his man in the air, but Campbell comes back to block it. And Angel Rosario tracks it down. Manaya quickly the other way for Perth Amboy. 3.5 to go in the third. Feet on the right wing for Jenkins. Rebound Vangerud. Ball loose. 4 players hit the deck. And players help each other up off the floor. John Rotter checks into the game now for East Brunswick. Dave Vangerud takes a rest. Vangerud off the bench with 6 points tonight. Jenkins will inbound. Perth Amboy gets it back. Here's Manaya for Perth Amboy. Manaya on Van Leeuwen, can't get by him, backs off and shoots the jumper and hits it. Carlos Manaya with the field goal now has 3 points. Perth Amboy back on top, 48-46. Here's Rotter spinning and twisting the other way. Off the glass, no good. Van Leeuwen had a chance at the rebound. Lost it out of bounds, but last touch by Franklin Rosario. East Brunswick gets it back. Ben Kartzman, number 22, getting set to check back in. He replaces Matt Van Leeuwen. While number 44, Brad Caruso, replaces Mike Tresca. Bears will make one more substitution. Tom Martin getting set to check in. Dan Romero getting set to do so for Perth Amboy. Shot by Kolakowski in the corners, no good. Perth Amboy with a chance to extend a 1-point lead. They have the advantage right now, 48-47. Here's a pull-up by Jenkins, and he hits it from the free throw line, extended left side. Donnie Jenkins now with 20. The other way is Rich Whalen, and Campbell rejects it. Back to Kartzman. Can't find a hole. Rebound Caruso. East Brunswick will reset. They trail by 3, 50-47. Kolakowski. Now Whalen's 3-point try. Too long. Caruso and Jenkins battle for it. The referees say last touch by Caruso, and Perth Amboy gets it back. 50-47, Perth Amboy in the lead. They led this game at one point 10-2 and then fell behind by 8. But have battled back here against East Brunswick. One of East Brunswick's goals, if you joined us late, trying to remain undefeated at home this season. They've done so far. And now a traveling violation on Donnie Jenkins. He walked with the ball while he was still out of bounds. Only do that after a made basket. Now a steal by Jenkins the other way, so looking to make amends. His pull-up jumper is good, so he says take that. Donnie Jenkins now with 22, and Perth Amboy suddenly up by 5, 52-47, and East Brunswick wants a timeout. 2:11 to play, third quarter. Perth Amboy 52, East Brunswick in the hole with 47. Let's get to the East Brunswick huddle and see what Bo Henning has to say with his team down by 5.
All right, we are going to go 24 with the floater. Now, there's no gambles in 24, but we're going to play with our back to the ball. You hear me? We can play with our back to the ball. So if your man's taking it out, you float. No gamble double teams up here. Play it sound back there in the hole, right? Richie, you're still on Jenkins right now, okay? If your man takes it out, I want you floating back here so they can't throw it over us. You may have to go as far as half court because they're going to try and break deep off this 4 across, okay? All right, in the offensive end, the least bit of patience will get you good ones, okay? You get it inside, take it strong. Pump fake, take it strong, okay? Let's go. Come on.
Bo Henning imploring his team to turn up the defense a notch. 2:11 to go in the third. Perth Amboy leading here at East Brunswick, surprisingly 52-47. East Brunswick a perfect 6-0 on the season. Perth Amboy at 2-3. Here's Caruso driving in the lane, doing what his coach told him, taking it strong to the hole, but can't convert. Perth Amboy will bring it the other way. Campbell, three-point try. Front iron. Rebound. Comes down to Romero. Perth Amboy will reset, leading by 5 with 1:45 to go in the third. Here comes Manaya. Stolen by Kartzman, but he stepped out of bounds trying to save it in. Good effort by Kartzman, but to no avail. Perth Amboy gets it back. Matt Van Leeuwen returns to the lineup for East Brunswick. He replaces Rich Whalen. 1:41 to play in the third. Amboy with a 5-point lead on the basketball. In the corner for Jenkins, who leads all scorers with 22. Pull up from 3. Boy, he is on fire. Donnie Jenkins unconscious now with 25. His club up to an 8-point lead at 55-47. Now a whistle and a foul the other way. Dan Romero will pick up the personal for Perth Amboy. Romero, his second personal. Third team foul on Perth Amboy here in the second half, so East Brunswick will inbound. Here's Martin putting it on the floor. Rodder fakes the 3 at the free throw line. Scoop layup is an air ball. Rebound is grabbed by Kartzman. He goes all the way across court, but it's intercepted by Jenkins. Jenkins in a 2-on-1. Lob feed to a cutting Campbell, gets it to fall. Campbell now with 4. Kartzman the other way. East Brunswick down by 10. Van Leeuwen in the lane, loses control, had the ball stripped. His last touch by Perth Amboy. East Brunswick gets it back, so a break for the Bears, but they're in trouble here, trailing by 10 with 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Trouble brewing here at East Brunswick High School. East Brunswick needs to reorganize. Van Leeuwen now for Caruso. And now a push off on Van Leeuwen. I think they got him for a moving screen. Perth Amboy gets the ball back. Van Leeuwen his second personal. Third team foul against East Brunswick. Jenkins for Campbell. East Brunswick picks up immediately in the man-to-man. Van Leeuwen on Jenkins. What a great matchup defensively. Here's Romero for Perth Amboy. And now a throwaway, but Jenkins retrieves it. Jenkins is having a night for Perth Amboy. 25 points so far. Came in as the team's leading scorer, averaging 16.8. In the lane is Carlos Manaya. His wild shot won't fall. Rebound Rodder. Kartzman the other way. Resets for East Brunswick with 15 seconds to go in the third. Van Leeuwen left wing. Perth Amboy by 10. Outside for Kartzman's three-pointer. Too long. Rebound lost out of bounds by Martin. East Brunswick struggling a bit. 2 seconds to go in the third quarter. East Brunswick will show full court man-to-man. Manaya will just hang on to the basketball, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. With the score, Perth Amboy 57, East Brunswick 47. Fourth quarter action still ahead. Bo Henning scratching his head before he addresses the team.
Here's what I want. Richie in 1, Matt 2, Mike 3, Jimmy 4, John 5. Okay. Hey, let's not bicker at each other, right? All right, listen to me. We're going back to our 34. Going back to our 34 defense, okay? Then hustle back out of it. You got to play as tough as you can in this end, gamble only in this end, and then as sound as you can in this end, right? Okay? Now, on the offensive end, we're getting a lot of good looks. Keep putting the good looks up, it'll go. But we should be starting inside first, okay? I think the first cutter occasionally on open is there, but you're anticipating he's not going to be open. He may be, all right? Show a lot of poise here, all right? Come on, fellas, come on. Let's go.
This game was tied at halftime, 39-39, but Perth Amboy blazing hot in the third quarter. Outscores East Brunswick 18-8 to take a 10-point lead, 57-47. Final 8 minutes of the game coming up. East Brunswick with Kolakowski, Rodder, Whalen, Van Leeuwen, and Tresca. Perth Amboy with Franklin Rosario, Carlos Manaya. There's a basket for Kolakowski now, and the lead is 8. Kolakowski with 8 points. Full court pressure. Here's Campbell, along with Jenkins and Angel Rosario, making up the rest of the 5 for Perth Amboy to start the 4th. Carlos Manaya at the free throw line, a little bit out of control, but a whistle and a foul against East Brunswick will go against Matt Van Leeuwen. Van Leeuwen, his 3rd personal foul. This club cannot afford to have him be disqualified for foul trouble. Van Leeuwen with 14 points on the night. His 12th point was the 1,000th of his career. Kind of quiet since then, though, only a pair of free throws. Perth Amboy basketball leading by 8, 57-49. Perth Amboy is putting it all together tonight. Not played well so far this season. Committing a host of turnovers. That's been their biggest problem. But they're getting the breaks like that right there tonight. William Campbell converts. He has 6. Back up to a 10-point lead for Perth Amboy. Quickly the other way for East Brunswick. Treska's shot won't fall. Rebound loose. Here's Whalen for East Brunswick. On to 3 on 2. Van Leeuwen short jumper. Good. Van Leeuwen now with 16. His club back to within 8 at 59-51. Just under 7 to play. Ball out of bounds belongs to Perth Amboy. Perth Amboy is, in addition to all the turnovers they've made this year that have cost them dearly, they've also not shot well, but Donnie Jenkins has changed that tonight. He's got 25 points, has been red hot from the outside, and Franklin Rosario has got a lot of free baskets cutting to the lane, uncontested. He's got 10 points. There's a steal by East Brunswick. Treska diving on the floor, gets it to Whalen. Back out for Van Leeuwen. Pull-up jumper is short, but Rotter steals a rebound. Spinning and twisting in the lane, Rotter. Van Leeuwen gets it back. There comes Manaya the other way. Basket by Campbell. Back up to a 10-point lead. East Brunswick quickly the other way. 6:13 to go. 61-51. Here's Van Leeuwen with a 3. In and out. Can't get it to fall, and Campbell the rebound. Perth Amboy with a slight size advantage down low, and Campbell, plus his leaping ability, is really helping him. Manaya with a wild shot. Off the glass, won't fall. Here's Van Leeuwen the other way. Scoop layup won't go. Van Leeuwen a little bit frustrated. Back the other way on the break is Perth Amboy, and a near steal by Rich Whalen. Good hustle to get down the floor. And Matt Van Leeuwen's going to take a rest in favor of Ben Kartzman. Dave Van Groot also coming in the game. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 5:45 to go. Perth Amboy 61. East Brunswick 51.
There's like a minute to go in the game, okay? Slow yourselves down a little bit. You'll get plenty of good looks. All right, now, you know we're in 34 back to solid 22, okay? Solid 22. Take away the dribble penetration on the 22. Make them shoot outside with a hand to face, and then let's get all over the boards. We're getting hurt on the boards when we got to help too much, okay? That's when we're getting hurt. Everybody clear on their matchups, right? All right, come on. Come on, run as hard as you can, as long as you can, and give me a hand.
All right, so we'll see if East Brunswick can stop the dribble penetration and force Perth Amboy to shoot from outside. The only guy who's been able to hit from outside for Perth Amboy has been Donnie Jenkins, and he's done it on a consistent basis tonight. He's got 25 points. Kind of quiet the last couple of minutes, but always dangerous. Jenkins also made a couple of steals and has a handful of rebounds. He's played well tonight for Perth Amboy. Looking to even its record at 3-3 at the expense of East Brunswick, which has not lost here at home so far this season, nor have they lost on the road. 5:45 to play. Perth Amboy by 10. Can they stand the heat of the East Brunswick man-to-man pressure? There's a cutting Manaya, but a steal by East Brunswick, and a whistle and a pushing foul is going to go against Carlos Manaya. That is personal foul number 4. And Perth Amboy would run into a bit of a problem if he had to come out. If he fouled out. So he's one of their key ball handlers. Here's Whalen the other way with 5.5 to go. His club trails by 10. Kolakowski. Van Gerud, now Whalen. Kartzman pops out. Back for Whalen. Van Gerud pops out. Feeds for Kartzman. Up top for Treska. It's a three-point try by Kolakowski. Won't fall. East Brunswick cold from the outside. Kartzman, a diving attempt to save it in bounds. Can't get it to go. East Brunswick gives up possession, and Perth Amboy controls. Amboy with a chance for its biggest lead, but a steal by Treska, and he's fouled on the way to the hoop by Franklin Rosario. For Rosario, it'll be his second personal. And Treska will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Treska, the 5'10 junior. 1 for 3 at the line tonight. 5 out of 10 on the year. He's got 5 points on the evening, trying to help his team cut into a 10-point deficit. And the first won't go. Treska to shoot another. Second one falls for Treska. He now has 6 points. His team trails by 9 with exactly 5 minutes to play. Perth Amboy basketball. And now a pushing foul against Ben Kartzman. Trying to force a steal on the far sideline. For Kartzman, his 3rd foul. Team foul number 6 against East Brunswick. So one more and Perth Amboy will be in the 1-and-1. Franklin Rosario inbounds to Donnie Jenkins. He's been the hot man for Perth Amboy tonight with 25 points. Picked up by Richie Whalen. Gets a pick from Campbell, feeds back to Campbell for a 3. Won't go. Rebound Whalen. Matt Van Leeuwen getting set to check back in for East Brunswick. Kartzman set up for a 3. Hits the back iron. Kolakowski tracks down the rebound. Short jumper won't go. Kartzman the rebound. Puts it back up and in. Good follow-up work by Ben Kartzman. His first 2 points of the night. East Brunswick to within 7 at 61-54. One basket at a time. They try to get back in it. 4:19 to go. Here's a cutting Jenkins at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper is good. Seems like he hasn't missed in 2 weeks. Jenkins with 27 leads all scorers. Perth Amboy by 9. Van Gerud back up top for Kolakowski. Whips it right wing for Kartzman, who traveled before he put it on the floor. The turnover, East Brunswick. Matt Van Leeuwen in the game. And he will spell Mike Treska. Treska, nice job off the bench with 6 points tonight. Carlos Manaya with the basketball for Perth Amboy. Working on Ben Kartzman. Kartzman with an outstanding season in the fall as the goalie for the East Brunswick soccer team. A lot of these guys multi-sport athletes. Rich Whalen, Jim Kolakowski, both football players. Had a pretty good season. Feed inside, stolen by Van Gerud. Ball loose, Whalen controls, 3.5 to go. East Brunswick trails by 9. Here's Van Leeuwen. And loses the ball on the dribble in front of his own bench. A lot going through his mind tonight. Scored his 1,000th career point at a little ceremony. They gave him a basketball, so a lot to think about. I'm sure a lot is weighing on his mind. There's a steal by Rich Whalen. He converts the basket on that intercepted pass. Nice play by Whalen. He's now got 4 points. And a traveling violation the other way will go against Perth Amboy. So East Brunswick to within 7 now. Perth Amboy still leading at 63-56, 3:19 to go. And a timeout on the floor. East Brunswick looks to rally for the final 3:19, cut into a 7-point deficit. See what head coach Bo Henning has to say.
All right, well, keep the ball in front of you. Remember what we did with Lincoln, where we played some 34 after we played with our back to the ball? Let's try that, but the key man is the guy who's guarding the guy taking it out. You can't go up in the guy's face. Do you understand that? Whose man's been taking it out? Okay. All right, well, then you should be back floating, okay? Be back floating, okay? Don't come up real quick on them, Rich.
They might go return pass right.
That's okay. We're looking, we'll still come back up on them and run 34 from there. You know what I'm saying? But we're trying to look, you know, they're a little soft with some of their passes.
Be at half court.
Be back far enough like a free safety in football, okay? On the offensive end, look to put the ball inside you. Don't have anything, just turn your offense over, right? Come on.
Bo Henning cheering the team on. Final 3:19. His club trails by 7. No one will ever confuse Bo Henning's mannerisms with those of Bobby Knight, the Indiana University head coach. Complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Henning always calm. And his players return to the floor that way as well. Full concentration. Here's a three-pointer by Whalen. It's too long. Jenkins the rebound for Perth Amboy. Running the fast break in a 2-on-1. Angel Rosario converts the layup. Perth Amboy can't seem to miss tonight. And they have not been a good shooting team from the outside this year. Angel Rosario with 13 now. And there's a turnover by East Brunswick. And East Brunswick wants another timeout. 2:52 to go. Only 27 seconds since the last timeout. And Bo Henning quickly wants to see if he can get things going in the right direction. Hear what he says.
All right, come on, keep your head up. Keep your head up and just keep working. All right. Okay, now you know what we're doing out of this timeout, right? We're 24, well, I mean, we're 34 with the floater to start, okay? Play as tough as you want with your back to the ball because you're going to have a guy helping, okay? Then into your 34, then in. You got to make sure when we don't score that you're sprinting back playing 22, okay? Can't leave Jimmy back there 2-on-1 or whoever it is, okay? Sprint back and play D. All right. What does a red call mean? Okay, got to go after the ball, right? Got to go after the ball. I will call it. We're staying just, right now we're staying tough 22, okay? All right, come on.
All right, so the 34 defense with the floater. That means heavy man-to-man pressure. Don't even bother about worrying about the ball. That's why they have the floater. East Brunswick will play with its back to the basketball. And watch the players. They're not even watching the ball. They're just watching their man. Here's Manaya for Perth Amboy. Franklin Rosario for Manaya. They collide. Steal by Tresca, who's back in the ball game. Nice job by Tresca. Spinning dribble. Tresca all the way to the hole, but can't get it to fall. Nice play by Tresca. He'll go to the free throw line as the foul goes against Franklin Rosario, his third personal. 2 minutes, 41 seconds to go. East Brunswick in danger of losing its first. They trail 65-56. Tresca at the free throw line where he's 2 of 5 tonight. And he hits during crunch time. He now has 7 points. Second free throw is good, and he's shooting them very confidently now, unlike earlier in the game. East Brunswick to within 7 again at 65-58. Here's an ear steal, but Jenkins controls. 2:34 to go. Pull up by Jenkins. First time he's missed in a long time. Ball loose for Campbell. Has it stripped, but a whistle and a foul. I believe they're going to get Mike Tresca. Mike Tresca picking up his second personal, team foul number 6 against East Brunswick. One more and Perth Amboy will shoot the 1-and-1. Save and bounds by Campbell. Campbell shuffled the beat, turnover Perth Amboy. Will Perth Amboy have the composure to hang on to a 7-point lead? East Brunswick gets it back. 2:20 to go. East Brunswick certainly with enough experience. They've been in this situation before. Tresca against Jenkins, almost walked with it. Van Gerud now for Kolakowski on the left wing. Van Leeuwen looking to spring free. Finds Kolakowski, and he traveled with it. But East Brunswick gives it right back with 2:07 to go. 65-58. Another thing you have to be concerned about if you're Perth Amboy is the ability to shoot the free throws down the stretch if East Brunswick starts to foul. Ball lost out of bounds. Last touch by Perth Amboy. East Brunswick gets it back, and Perth Amboy coach John Mazurek pleading with his team to settle down and not be in such a hurry. Take better care of the basketball. 2 minutes to go. East Brunswick trailing by 7. Here's Whalen, pull-up jumper. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Van Gerud puts it back up, won't go. Tip up, no good. Rebound, Tresca, ball loose. Diving on the floor is Tresca. He's piled on by Angel Rosario. And let's see if the officials call. Possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick. Minute 48 to go. Whalen to inbound. Kolakowski's wide open. They lob it into Jimmy. He goes up top for Vangerud. Here's Van Leeuwen at 3. Won't go. Rebound Kolakowski, which is tipped back to Whalen. Here's a feed for Kolakowski. 3-point try. Won't go. Franklin Rosario the rebound for Perth Amboy. And a near steal again by Tresca. I think he was trying to call timeout. There's a pile on 3 men practically on top of Tresca. Officials still sorting things out. Minute 32 to go. Perth Amboy clinging to a 7-point lead. And the possession arrow belongs to Perth Amboy. Now right here, steal by Whalen. He does steal it, but he stepped on the end line. Tough break for East Brunswick, but Perth Amboy really fighting to hang on to a 7-point lead. East Brunswick has turned up the defense just a notch, and it's paying off here, but unfortunately they can't get a bucket on the offensive end. Here's an inbound feed, slapped out of bounds again by East Brunswick, and Perth Amboy will get it back. Another second ticks off the clock. And Perth Amboy coach John Mazurek, feeling the heat, wants to talk things over with a minute 30 to play. Perth Amboy leads East Brunswick by 7, but the East Brunswick defense about to break into that 7-point deficit. Let's check in another time with head coach Bo Henning.
Same thing, the floating thing?
Sure.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Hey, they're going to be looking to inbound to get it back to the inbounder because we got the floater going. So, you know, make sure that we don't give them anything deep, but deny like crazy up here. You got help behind you, okay? Then it comes in, we're 34, right? We're 34. Yeah, yeah. Okay, try and pre-switch your screens. You know, talk it over out there, pre-switch it. Now, ball gets into the front court, right? We don't want any time to run off. Let's put some guys on the line other than Jenkins, okay? When it's out of his hands, let's go after the ball, all right? You know what? You know what? How many fouls Van Leeuwen got? Okay. All right, you got what you hear what I'm saying, right? We're 34 in front court 22. I'll call a red if we want it.
All right, so Bo Henning talking about fouling a player other than Donnie Jenkins. Only been to the free throw line once tonight, but he's been red hot from the floor. Let's see what they do. They inbound to Campbell. Gets back to Manaya. Minute 25 to go. East Brunswick trails by 7. Jenkins has the ball. That's the one they don't want to foul. Now they try and foul Manaya. And a steal by East Brunswick. Feet ahead for Van Leeuwen. Working against Franklin Rosario. Can't get the basket to fall. Back the other way is Perth Amboy. Break for Angel Rosario. And he can't get it to go. Minute 9 to go. East Brunswick the other way. Van Whalen loses control, but feeds to Van Leeuwen for a 3. Won't fall. Now bodies colliding on the floor. Officials trying to sort things out.
No one had possession, so we got to go with the arrow. So it's underneath.
Arrow now switches.
Yes, it's going to switch back to you now.
2, 3. Stay man.
All right, so East Brunswick gets the basketball under its own bucket, if you understood the explanation by the referee. Minute 2 to go. East Brunswick still trailing by 7. But they have the basketball. Whalen tries to force one inside. It won't go. Steal by Jenkins. Ahead of the field for Rosario. A 2-on-1. And Manaya will back it off. And they quickly foul Manaya. Mike Tresca will pick up the personal. That's his 3rd. And Carlos Manaya, who is 1 for 2 at the free throw line tonight with a total of 3 points, steps to the line. It's been an off night for Manaya, who averages 13 points a game. He's been held to just 3, but Donnie Jenkins has picked up that slack. He's got 27 tonight. Manaya at the free throw line. Getting it done in the crunch. Hits the front end of that 1-and-1. He now has 4. Second free throw by Minaya is also good. Minaya with 5. Here's Whalen for Van Leeuwen. 50 seconds to go. A steal by Jenkins. Ahead of the field for Angel Rosario. Uncontested, lays it up and in. Angel Rosario with 15. East Brunswick trailing by 11. Tresca with a 3. Off the glass, won't go. Van Leeuwen the rebound. Fall away jumper, partially blocked. Campbell with the rebound. Slaps it ahead to his teammate Minaya. On the 2-on-1 break, and Minaya backs it out. Cross-court pass for Franklin Rosario with 20 seconds to go. Jenkins for Rosario. To his brother Franklin Rosario, and a whistle and a foul against Jimmy Kolakowski. Actually, they're going to call it on Matt Van Leeuwen. That's his 4th. And Franklin Rosario steps to the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's got 10 points. East Brunswick in danger of losing its first. It's the front end of the 1-on-1. Rosario now with 11. East Brunswick just went cold from the outside tonight, and Perth Amboy got unconsciously hot. Second one won't go. 15 seconds to play. East Brunswick trails by 12. Biggest lead of the game for Amboy. 3-pointer by Van Leeuwen, no good. Saved out of bounds by Jenkins. Shot put back up and in by Kolakowski, who now has 10, but 3 seconds left to go on the clock. 2-1. And that's the ball game. Final score, Perth Amboy 70, East Brunswick 60, and Perth Amboy celebrating like they've won the national championship. It's a big win for them. They came in with just a 2-3 mark. They've evened it up at 3-3 now. East Brunswick slips to 6-1 on the season, including a 3-1 conference mark, while Perth Amboy now is 1-1 in the GMC Red Division. East Brunswick led in scoring by their senior guard, Matt Van Leeuwen, who had 16 points. The 12th point of the night for Van Leeuwen was his 1,000th of his career, so congratulations to East Brunswick High School senior guard Matt Van Leeuwen, who's in the books as a 1,000-point scorer. Then it was Jim Kolakowski with 10 points. Tom Martin had 8. Mike Tresca off the bench with 7. Dave Van Groot had 6. Brad Caruso had 4. Rich Whalen had 4. Ben Kartzman with 2. John Rotter also had 2 for East Brunswick. Perth Amboy was led by senior guard Donnie Jenkins, who was simply unconscious from the outside. Finished with 27 points. And then it was Angel Rosario with 15. Franklin Rosario, his brother, with 11. Carlos Minaya had 5. Jamal Caldwell had 4. And William Campbell finished with 8 points. The final score, Perth Amboy 70, East Brunswick 60. East Brunswick now 6-1 on the season, 3-1 in the GMC Red Division, while Perth Amboy improves to 3-3 overall, 1-1 in the Red Division. East Brunswick plays at Piscataway Friday evening. They will take on their chief rival in the GMC Red Division. Thanks for watching tonight. I'm Gordon Deal. Again, the final score, Perth Amboy 70, East Brunswick 60.